So that the point both the reporters made, I think, was very, very pertinent, that in this high-stake game, the violence is not happening, which is a very good development in West Bengal.
Yes, absolutely. And this is, I think, hitherto unknown in West Bengal. But also, you remember that how the TMC was accusing that, there are so many forces, it looks like it's a military state, etc., without actually going into the background of it. So, I think here, TMC, I mean, we don't hold a brief for any party. But here, now look at this, what our reporter friend said. And he said that for the first time, no violence. And I think it's a great sign, like I said, hitherto unknown, Kartikeya. And it's, I think all the authorities, all the forces have done a great job to see that everyone gets to, otherwise the generation that I come from, we would always be ready that when is there going to be booth capturing, or whether 2 or 3 candidates are being, kidnapped, taken elsewhere. There is immense violence of, sickles and swords. That's not happened. This is a new thing in Bengal.
Sarvya, is this election slightly different?
Yes. In 2021, there was huge post-poll violence, and after that, we had seen on the ground that several of the BJP cadres and workers were left on their own, and there was continuous violence. So this time around, the BJP had made it very sure that no violence takes place, and that is the reason why a huge deployment of security personnel could be seen on ground. Though, Kartikeya, this time a lot of the things are quite different, because this time Bengal voters are completely silent, because compared to 2021 or voters in Uttar Pradesh or Bihar who are very much vocal, but in Bengal this time voters are silent. There are multiple reasons, because they feel that if they openly support BJP, then they are going to be once again targeted in post-poll violence, and also the voters for the Trinamool Congress feel that BJP has a chance of winning the state of West Bengal. So both the voters of the Bharatiya Janata Party as well as the Trinamool Congress are relatively silent this time, but the battle is going to be extremely interesting, because there are multiple factors. The SIR is playing a huge factor, because the vote margin in 2021 between the BJP and the Trinamool Congress was huge in various constituencies, and that difference has been cut short. Even in some of the constituencies, the margin is even higher. So clearly it's going to be a very interesting battle between the Bharatiya Janata Party and the Trinamool Congress. Whereas if you talk about Mamata Banerjee clearly have the support of the women voters, though it is very important to note that when you talk about the Bhadro Lok, there is a section of women voters who feel that the crime against women in the state of West Bengal are continuously increasing. There are increase of rape cases. There is increase of acid attacks on women. So such cases the women voters have been highlighting. But the women clearly speaking about Lakshmi Bhandar, where Mamata Banerjee has announced that from 1200 it is going to be increased to 1700. Though the BJP, contrary to that, has said that they are going to give 3000. But TMC on ground stating that the BJP announced similar a scheme in the national capital, but they are still yet to implement it. So there are allegation, counter allegation that we have seen so far, whereas the BJP has upped its ante. They have focused on Hindu polarization, and they have tried their best to portray the Trinamool Congress as a Muslim party, but clearly whether this has worked or not, we will see soon.
Now let's shift our focus to Tamil Nadu. I know Thoya and Gautam are very patiently waiting. I'll come to you. Sudha, let's go to the home state. Tamil Nadu is voting across 234 assembly constituencies. The scale of this election is massive. 5.67 crore voters are eligible to cast their votes across the state. More than 75,000 polling stations are spread across 33,000 centers. To manage this exercise, over 3 lakh polling personnel have been deployed, supported by more than 83,000 security personnel. At the heart of this election is a politically significant question: whether the ruling leadership will secure continuity or whether Tamil Nadu is heading towards a shift. Chief Minister M.K. Stalin is seeking a second consecutive term, positioning his governance model as one centered on welfare, social justice and development. However, the contest is far from one-sided. Right opposite him stands Edapadi K. Palniswamy. the leader of the AIADMK, contesting from Idapadi and attempting a comeback. Adding a new and unpredictable dimension to this election is actor turned politician C. Joseph Vijay. His entry has energized the youth and the first-time voters, and his party, TVK, is positioning itself as an alternative to the traditional Dravidian political framework. The key question, however, is whether the popularity will translate into electoral gains. Several other key faces are also in the fray, making this election particularly significant. Udayanidhi Stalin is contesting from Chipuk through Valakeni, representing the next generation of DMK leadership. Senior BJP leader Tamilsai Soundarajan is contesting from Mylapur. Union Minister Ella Murugan is also a key face as the BJP looks to expand its footprint in the state. Former Chief Minister O. Selvam is fighting on DMK ticket in Budayankor. The election is no longer just a straight contest between DMK and ADMK. There is also another person, as I said, in this multi-cornered fight, and that is Vijay. Let me straight away go to Sudha.
Right.
Sudha, decode Tamil Nadu.
Well, Tamil Nadu, a couple of things. First of all, by what you said, DMK, I think, can surge forward. We never call out elections here, never do. But I think it will. But it will be lesser than what it got last time. AIADMK will do well in its bastions, but it is a big doubt even in the Congo belt, where it has traditionally done very well. Vijay, I would call him the X factor. Kartikeya was just speaking about how that the youth are very attracted towards him. As of today, it looks like. How did it all start? After Karur happened, it was supposed to be a disaster, that he just does not have booth management level, he does not have organized cadre, etc., etc. But today, on polling day and yesterday, the youth, which is around 16% in Tamil Nadu, most of them are wanting to vote for Vijay, and the reason being change. Now, you will say, what is the change?
Sudha, you are talking about Vijay. Vijay has come.
There you have, see Vijay Joseph.
Yes, Vijay Joseph
there,
is there.
There he is, and look at the cameras clicking. This is what happens wherever he goes. One of my, friends from Tamil Nadu was saying, my God, people run after his vehicle even in the era of social media. I mean, they can always touch and feel him on Twitter, on Insta. But the way they run after him, I mean, there seems to be
What makes Vijay
some
popular?
kind of...
There are a lot of stars there.
Yeah, sure. I mean, see, this is what I mean. This is the rise of a star after a long time. Kamal Hassan came a dud. He came a cropper. But then he's 70 years old. Vijay evokes so much hope because he is casteless. He gives you hope. He's young. He belongs to a particular religion, but he's expansive. He doesn't, like a young person who's 21 years old, he's not wearing silos. I'm amazed, although some young person was saying, yeah, he's giving us money. He said, he's giving you money. Yes, he's not giving you money. No, sir, he's giving him money. He's got a lot of money. He will give it to us. That is the kind of, the Tamil Nadu fan following for stars. This has been witnessed after a very long time. Maybe it's very, it would be insolent to say he's like MGR. But what a following there. See Vijay Joseph, despite his
Thoya, are you there? Thoya, am I audible to you, Thoya? Okay, I think Thoya is in the middle of this crowd. Gautam, so what's your assessment of Tamil Nadu?
Absolutely. Right now, the visuals that are getting Kartikeya speaks for itself, because our reporter is right there, Thoya is right there, but we can see the kind of rush that is happening now. Coming to the TVK factor that we've been discussing, what is being perceived this time around is that this election is really a Gen Z election in Tamil Nadu this time around. What is expected to happen is that the voter turnout is expected to breach above 75%, because the overall votes is going to go up. There's been a lot of enthusiasm from a lot of people from the border. The states are also coming and rushing in, and if you speak to all of them, they are telling one thing, that they are here to see a change, and whether that actually translates into a fan base effectively converting into a voter turnout will be very interesting to see this time around. And what's also important to see here is that the impact of Vijay is not just limited to urban centers. We are seeing in rural districts as well, irrespective of whether you are a Banyar Dalit and Modalia, and even the women, they are gravitating towards the DBK, and potentially this could dilute the impact of the traditional caste-based voting this time around as well, and this could impact whether it is DMK or whether they're going to eat into the vote share of
You know,
the AIADMK.
Gautam, what really comes to my mind, let also Thoya come in. Sudha, why has Vijay clicked? Why didn't Rajnikant click? Why did Kamal Hassan didn't click?
Yeah.
Why did the previous gentleman?
MGR.
No, not MGR. MGR.
Previous meaning?
MGR cannot be compared.
Yes, Vadyar.
Cannot be compared. I mean, so the previous gentlemen, what I meant was in plural, who came, the people who tried their luck in Tamil Nadu politics, the film stars, they didn't work. Only Vijay worked.
Yeah.
Or seems to be working. Why?
Yeah. MGR, the Vadyar, the iconic rock star, he worked. Shivaji Ganeshan did not, although he had a big fan following. He joined the party and, Congress first, and then later he just said, thank you very much, I'm not cut out for this. He did not, although he had great charisma. Vijay Kant did due diligence. He was one who actually, held out a challenge to both the Dravidian parties. Kamala Hassan came.
So I think Thoya is back.
Sure,
Thoya,
no problem.
Thoya, am I audible to you?
Excuse me, can you please move?
There she is.
Okay, so what's happening, Thoya?
Yes, Kartikeya.
What's happening, Thoya? Just give us the ground feel. Tell us what's happening. What's your sense?
Well, Kartikeya, right now I'm here in the government middle school in Nilangarai. Currently, Vijay is in the polling booth where he is, in few seconds he's going to cast his vote from this polling booth. Where you can also see that the ruckus that is being, getting created here by the fans of Vijay who has come along with him just to see him, have a glimpse of him, voting. And you can also see that the chaos is getting too much, but now that on the other hand, you can see that this is a four-factor election. One side it is DMK Stalin, the other side it is AIADMK Edapadi K Palaniswamy. On the other hand, it is NTK Seeman, and now that is actor turned politician Vijay. It is this election is much anticipated, much awaited elections because it is a debut for actor turned politician Vijay, who entered into politics in 2024. Currently, this election he is contesting from two constituencies, that is Perambur and Tiruchirappalli East. But you can also see that in this polling booth, there's so much of chaos where, the fans are not letting him go inside and cast his vote. That is the chaos where I'm asking my cameraman to also show a few visuals of how the situation here is looking like, Kartikeya.
Okay, I know. I understand. I understand the rush of being there, Thoya. I really understand the rush of being there. I have done it for so many years, Sudha.
Yeah, I know.
This, just being there and then not able to speak because, you don't know where your cameraman is, where your mic is, where the wire is. I just know what's happening there. I can feel it from here, Sudha.
Right, absolutely, and it must be so humid. This is Chennai and Nilangarai. Yeah, look at those visuals. You were asking me before we went to Thoya Jakshi, our colleague, what is so special about Vijay. The thing is that I started by saying Rajnikant dissolved his political party. If you remember, he said he's coming, he's not coming, his health was a problem. Also, he was very, very particular that why go somewhere where I'm not confident when I'm making, say, huge superstar. So he made his choices. Kamala Hassan was neither here nor there. Most of the time what he was speaking was not understood by the people. His caste is all wrong. I'm sticking my neck out and saying it. Sorry, Mr. Kamal Hassan. But his caste was all wrong as well. And therefore, and look at him, he's now with the DMK and saying all this. Vijay Kant did well. Vijay Kant was called, another clone of Rajnikant. And, he spoke very well. He was, you see, you have to be massy. You have to be a mass people. Rajnikant dissolved his party, but Vijay Kant was someone who gave a run to both the Dravidian parties. So far as Vijay is concerned, Vijay Dalapati, when his father started a political party a couple of years ago, Chandrasekhar, that C stands for Chandrasekhar Joseph Vijay. Father's name is Chandrasekhar, Christian. He's the one who was a film producer and director. He started a political party. Vijay immediately said, sorry, I have nothing to do with this. I have a fan club. Please, I'm going against my father. So it was very, he's somebody who's casteless, who's somebody who's got a huge following. He stands for hope, and I think the youth, and let's understand, you know, there is around 16% of youth population in Tamil Nadu. That's not a mean number, Kartikeya. And they want someone who is neither Stalin nor Yedapadi. Yedapadi is Khali. That party is Khali of MGR or Jayalalitha.